Have you ever been in a relationship where you've been together for multiple years, you break up, but then they end up getting into a relationship sooner than you do? Like, how is it that they're able to move on so quickly when we're still picking up the pieces? So, I was having this discussion with one of my friends to really ask the question, why do we feel so much jealousy when one partner moves on before the other? Well, it's because we have attached our self-worth to being in relationships, to being attached, and we had spent all this time and had all of these experiences, and you may or may not had children with this person. But unfortunately, life is unfair, and we don't understand why things happen the way they do, especially if we were blindsided. I mean, I was in my long-term relationship that turned into a marriage, and my partner had moved on quite quickly, uh, especially within our separation, but that's another story. But the thing that we have to realize is that you and your ex are two unique people who are on two unique journeys. And we don't know what that healing journey is for the other person. As much as we might know them, we don't know their process of healing after a breakup. And unfortunately, we can't control that. So, whatever their choices are after you part ways are unfortunately none of your business. And to be quite honest, you don't want it to be your business unless you have kids, and then you have to make special arrangements and communication. But we have to get to this point where we're able to grieve the relationship and where we thought we'd be in our life in this moment. Because I know for me, I had a hard time. It wasn't even the relationship, it was the fact that I thought I would be married at this point and having kids and having the life that I thought I wanted. But as soon as I made peace with that life, I forgave those experiences and I started really to discover who I was. I realized that none of those things are what I wanted. Because life has a funny way of giving us not what we want, but exactly what you need. And this is why these people come into our lives, because they're here to help us learn a lesson. They don't come into our lives without having some significance. So whether or not that person was an absolute piece of shit, or they were the love of your life and it just didn't work out, that's okay. Have compassion for your journey and the people that you meet, because sometimes it isn't going to work out, but the reason why is because there is something greater for you. And it might not look exactly the way that you thought, but it's going to be exactly what you need. So during the time that you are worrying about what your ex is doing, you could be creating the life that you love. And I think that's the most important thing that I can take away from going through my divorce and going through being single and alone and knowing that my partner was building a family with this other person. I think because I realized that I am worthy of a beautiful life. I am worthy of love. And that love didn't necessarily have to come from a partner. It can come from family, it can come from friends. And most of all, it needed to come from me. So in order to do that, I had to build the life that I love, because in that I was going to build self-confidence. I was going to build self-worth and a zest for life that I would have never found in that previous life. So it now makes me grateful for where I am today. And then you obviously start to realize that that life was never meant for you, because the universe pushed that aside in order to help you create this new life that is meant for you. And to be honest, will also bring in the people that are meant to grace your path. whether or not they stay, whether or not they go, each one of those is a lesson. But in there, you will find a person that is not exactly what you thought you'd receive, but everything that you did need. So trust the process. And most of all, trust yourself, because you have one epic adventure ahead of you. See you in the next video.